Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News Today starts now.
A serious problem multiple states reel after a spike in COVID-19 cases, as the nation's top infectious disease expert urges Americans to be part of the solution, not the problem.
You have an individual responsibility to yourself, but you have a societal responsibility. We've got to realize that we are part of the process.
Where daily records are being shattered, as well as a look at where we stand here at home.
Plus, one of the most popular nightlife spots in downtown Detroit cracks down on social distancing. What you need to know if you're planning on going to Greektown.
And concerning video of late night flooding just into our newsroom, where this happened and what we're learning about the situation this morning.
But first, clearing out after a round of wet weather and thunderstorms. Will things be drying out for the weekend? I see a lot of green on that radar.
Well, good morning. At 7 o'clock. I'm Grant Herms.
And I'm Priya Mann. Thanks for joining us for Local 4 News today. I just saw that video. That is troubling, all that flooding on an area freeway.
It is scary, especially you saw some cars there in that too. I think that was from a Lyft driver.
Oh, really?
Or a passenger who got stuck in that flooding as their Lyft driver was trying to figure out a way around to get them on their route. But definitely one of those situations, turn around, don't drown.
Exactly right, you two. And it was absolutely amazing. 1 to 2 inches of rain in a very short amount of time, leading to some of that flash flooding that occurred on some of our major highways, including I-94. Also some flooding reported on the Lodge. Well, all that shower and thunderstorm activity, the greens and yellows that Priya and Grant were alluding to, all that is now moved away. And we're looking at clearing skies, well, drier conditions, I should say, as we speak right now. As you can see on 4 Live radar, barely a drop of rain in sight, just a little misty, a little bit drizzly here and there. And there's some of that flooding that was reported on I-94 just before midnight last night when you joined me at 11 o'clock and during the late night shows. But right now we're seeing much calmer conditions with temperatures on the warm side. We're starting off with temperatures in the upper 60s and low 70s. Temperatures go back to 80 or more. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy skies, a bit of sunshine here and there, but also a shower or two this afternoon. Now, nothing as heavy as yesterday. No severe weather for today, just a few splash and dash showers that won't spoil your day. Not everyone gets one. Highs in the low 80s to about 85. More on Sunday and higher temperatures coming up.
All right, thanks, Andrew. We'll check out this video from I-94 in Livonia from a viewer. A woman says this is what her Lyft driver had to go through overnight. We just checked with MDOT and several major roadways are still flooded following last night's storms. We got several calls overnight about accidents. We're checking with state police to see if everyone is okay.
Time now is 7:03, and we're closely monitoring the coronavirus case count here at home. New cases have seen a slight bump after remaining mostly flat throughout June. As of our last update on Friday afternoon, there was 1 confirmed death from COVID-19. In total, we've lost more than 5,800 people to the virus. And Michigan has more than 62,000 confirmed cases. Now, this is up 389 cases. As of last Saturday afternoon, the official recovery total was 49,290. New numbers will be released this afternoon, and we'll share that both on air and online at clickondetroit.com. Well, coronavirus cases are surging in parts of the country, and many outbreaks are being tied to restaurants and bars. So much so that one of Detroit's most popular nightlife spots is making changes to help prevent an outbreak.
It's gotten so bad in states like Florida and Texas, they're banning bars from serving alcohol. Larry Spruill is looking at what measures they're taking in Greektown.
It's a different traffic flow Friday night in Greektown, Detroit. Driving up Monroe, you will be stopped right here at Monroe and Beaubien. Patty Kakula with Delmar Kitchen and Bar in Greektown tells me this new effort is all a part of the Greektown Business Partnership Network. They requested the street closure this weekend to help out with pedestrian traffic flow.
We've been really learning how to socially distance and how to make sure everybody's wearing masks when they're inside.
And that's what we saw Friday night, several officers making sure people have a mask on. We even saw this officer give someone a mask before entering the area.
They're enforcing that people have masks on. So a lot of restaurants, that helps a lot of the restaurants. They don't have to, talk with patrons a lot about, hey, you got to wear your mask.
This week, Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan announced he's demanding all restaurants and bars to enforce social distancing.
It is a good idea. For us to be safe, it's a good idea.
Mohammed El Mardi with Brass Rail Pizza Bar in downtown Detroit agrees with Mayor Duggan. He says he's taking extra measures to make sure customers obey the new rules.
Even today I had an incident. They were like 15 people. I went to them, I told them, hey, it's only 10 per table, per party, so you guys gotta have to work it out.
Because at the end of the day, restaurants say they don't want or can't even afford another shutdown. Larry Spruill, Local 4.
The restaurants say that the new walking area allows them to better spread out customers. Restaurant owners will close the area every weekend.
And the best example in Michigan of this concern over restaurants and bars comes from Harper's in East Lansing. There are now 76 cases of coronavirus linked to the bar. Also making headlines on Friday, Governor Whitmer extended an executive order restricting visits to nursing homes and long-term facilities. She also extended the state's ban on evictions until July 15th.
Meanwhile, despite serious coronavirus concerns, partiers still hit Lake St. Clair for the 46th annual Jobbie Nooner.
Yeah, Sky 4 shows you the scene. Boats tied up with everyone enjoying the weather and water. Many were not social distancing. Organizers said the party would go on despite the pandemic, and it did.
Developing out of Detroit's east side, an investigation is underway after a missing teenager is found dead behind a vacant home. Police say the victim is 19-year-old Darius Jones Jr. He was last seen on Sunday. His family found his body near the home on Elmdale, that's near Connor and Harper. Police are investigating. They do suspect foul play. And developing from the west side, 2 Detroit police officers are recovering this morning after a hit-and-run crash. The officers were driving on West Chicago when a driver ran a stop sign and hit their car. The cruiser then hit a tree and caught fire. The officers will be okay. The driver took off in a white or tan Nissan Pathfinder.
And also this morning, police need your help to find the driver who hit and killed 2 people and then took off. It happened Friday in Augusta Township. That's on the border of Washtenaw and Monroe counties. Video from Milan Oakville Road and Gooding Road shows 2 mangled bikes. We don't know the circumstances surrounding the crash, but the driver may be in a black or gray car, missing a part of or all of the front bumper. If you know anything, please call Michigan State Police.
Also making headlines this morning, the legal battle between 2 of Detroit's big 3 is heating up.
Yeah, GM is suing Fiat Chrysler for an alleged bribery scheme involving the UAW. And the federal judge hearing the case wants the company's CEOs to sit down and hash out a deal. But as Mara McDonald reports, GM CEO Mary Barra, she's not interested in that.
You'll remember General Motors filed this racketeering lawsuit against FCA and its now deceased CEO Sergio Marchionne last November, claiming this: Marchionne was the mastermind behind a bribery conspiracy that corrupted the UAW contract process. GM claims the alleged dirty dealings costed billions of dollars, and Marchionne was attempting to harm it and take over the company. Well, fast forward to this week. The federal judge who's hearing this case, Judge Paul Borman, issued a ruling which says in part, quote, "What a waste of time and resources now and for the years to come in this mega litigation if these automotive leaders and their large teams of lawyers are required to focus significant time-consuming efforts to pursue this nuclear option lawsuit if it goes forward." He then ordered GM CEO Mary Barra and FCA CEO Mike Manley to meet next week and hash out a deal.
I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
The federal judge ordering that Summit wants quick action and told the companies to report their progress by Wednesday.
Well, we both heard all of that rain overnight.
Yeah, and we saw that flooding a little earlier. We were talking about hail earlier yesterday afternoon, but I don't know if we actually saw any hail.
Yeah, Andrew, did any place see that?
Well, there were hail indications in areas of Washtenaw County, including around Dexter last night around 11:30. Fortunately, all of that thunderstorm activity, including severe weather, has moved on. It's calmer for now. What about this afternoon? What about Sunday? Your weekend and 7-day forecast coming up.